Hello internet, I don't usually make videos like this because I'm going to basically be reacting to someone reacting to something, and this video from TankTheTech has been on my watch list for a week or so, and I just thought, you know what, instead of me watching it on my Larry sitting in bed late at night and then probably falling asleep halfway through because I'm knackered, why don't I record myself watching it and see if I've got any interesting thoughts or opinions that I can add to it. I'm not going to make you watch the entire 18-minute video or whatever it is, but I will put a link in the description below if you want to watch it in your own time and leisure. So yeah, I'm going to react to this video from TankTheTech about moshing or something. Let's get on with it. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have a beer whilst I watch this. Feel free to do the same.
Are the days of moshing and stage diving coming to an end? That is what I really want to think about today for this video. A fan is suing a band, the promoter, and a music venue for sustaining injuries that they received at a show. Headline reads, fan files suit against Trophy Eyes.
Sorry.
I assume Trophy Eyes is the band. I can't say I'm that familiar with them. The article starts off by saying after suffering a spinal injury earlier this year. Okay, that's worse than just getting ninja kicked in the face at a hardcore show, which I thought this was going to be.
Is he just kicking and punching the shit out of everyone? Fucking calm down, mate.
Trophy Eyes concert goer Bird Peach, sorry if I mispronounced that name.
That can't really be their name. Who calls their kid Bird? Well, this is America.
It says that Peach was in the audience at the Aussie punk band's show at Mohawk Place in Buffalo. Oh, it happened in Buffalo? That we don't even need to read anymore, dude. That tells me everything I need to know.
Hold on a minute. As a Brit, I'm not familiar with Tank's association and accusation here. Buffalo is in Texas. Oh, okay.
Florini stage dove backwards into the crowd and a collision took place with the singer landing on top of Peach. The band reportedly shut down the show early as a result of Peach's injury, and the 24-year-old audience member later required extensive surgery in the aftermath of the collision. When stuff like this happens, you're going to see the inevitable, like, oh, they should have stayed out of the pit if they didn't want to get hurt, which to a certain extent, I do kind of believe that or buy into that. That's why when I go to shows, like, I don't want to be near the pit. So I go to a balcony or the back of the room by the front of house console or whatever.
I kind of do and don't agree with what Tank said here. I'm the same as you. I'm a 42-year-old guy. I'm 5'4" and I weigh under 70 kilos. If I'm at the front of the pit, I'm going to get my ass absolutely kicked. But at the same time, if I am there, I don't really want someone doing a backflip into my face. I also like being as close to the bar as possible.
The club has a capacity of 237 people, so I need to see pictures before I say what I'm gonna say, but yeah, okay. So let's be real here. Looks like you could stand back by front of house and if somebody stage dives, still get hit pretty hard. Upon discovery of the injury, not only did Florini stop the show, but he accompanied Peach to the hospital.
Wow.
In a statement released on social media, the band later commented, with the blessing of the family, we are now able to say how truly heartbroken we are to be here now. They also urged fans to donate to Bird's GoFundMe, which had collected $88,000 at press time.
I've been to loads of gigs like this where the band are literally on the same level as you, which I know is hard to comprehend because I'm a little dude, but the 100 Club in Soho, London is a prime example.
It says the band themselves donated $5,000 to that GoFundMe, and the singer added another $6,000 of his own money.
I don't know anything about this band, but the fact that they're Australian and they're playing a 200 capacity venue in Buffalo makes me think they might not earn a lot of money. Therefore, the fact that they've fronted up this amount to support the victim, I think they might be guilty.
Sadly for the venue, this was not the first significant injury incurred by a concert goer. Back in 2011, a man suffered 2 broken vertebrae after being struck by a stage diver. Surgery was required and a lawsuit almost financially sunk the venue.
This ain't looking good. If there's already been a previous incident and lawsuit filed against the venue, you can already predict that when this occurrence happened, the management or whoever of the venue were pleading with the band saying, listen, you've got to sort this out. You've got to sweeten up that victim because if you don't, we are going under.
I've been to venues before where they strictly say no stage diving and then the crowd gets on stage and does it, and then they usually kick those people out. That's easily handled. You can kick out the patrons. But if you have a strict no stage dive policy, and a band member does it.
I've been to some crazy ass gigs in the past. Band members specifically, climbing up the PA system and the lighting rigs and stuff like that and diving, 20 feet in the air into the crowd. I loved it.
It's hard for venues to enforce some of these policies when it's the band doing it because you've paid them to put on a show. This article says it's in violation of the ban, but I mean, those are kind of hard to enforce sometimes. But when it comes to the legal aspect, it's going to be a little easier to pin blame when somebody in the crowd got injured by somebody that was not in the crowd. It was the band.
This is where it's like a little bit, where the hell do you go? The stage and the venue is so small.
I don't even really know what kind of music Trophy Eyes is, just by how this whole thing was laid out and considering the venue size and stuff like that. I'm going to say they're a hardcore band.
I can feel it even
What?
I see you right now.
Huh?
You got a thought to stay of a cigarette.
Who stage dives to this shit?
Is this the right band? This is the right band. Wow. Okay. I'm wrong. I've been wrong on stream before, but
Me too, buddy. Me too.
I'm way off. This is not a hardcore band. This sounded like college rock, emo rock, alternative rock. What is happening?
Who stage dives backwards as a singer to that music? Who? No, this is wrong.
If I went to that show, I would not be assuming liability that I'm going to be jumped on or karate kicked or moshed or hurt in any way.
If I was going to that gig, I wouldn't be concerned or anticipating that I was going to be injured or have my back broken by a backwards flying stage diver. I'd be more worried about the fact that the music is going to make my fucking ears bleed.
Gotta imagine he's done it before. Maybe it's a part of their set, a specific part.
A few moments later.
Yeah. First song. Yeah, first song, dude. It looks like it's a normal thing. Like, it looks like he does that all the time. But I would say the fair majority of concert goers probably just go to shows not knowing what to expect.
That's what's so invigorating and enticing and energizing about going to gigs and shows, is that you just don't know what to expect. I suppose more so with the music that we listen to, and I assume you guys out there that are like watching me watch this, metal shows, punk, hardcore, stuff like that. It's chaotic, it's frightening, it's scary at times. You genuinely don't know what's going to happen next. But if you did, you wouldn't necessarily go to gigs, would you?
Depending on how this case goes, this could have some implications on other venues around at least North America.
I'll go back to what I said earlier, in that I genuinely think that the venue and the promoter have pleaded with this band to try and settle this with the victim outside of court and compensate them, hence the GoFundMe page or whatever it is. And they don't want this going to court. They don't want another lawsuit, because if it does, they risk going under, and that's not good for live music at all, wherever it may be.
This could be a big wake-up call to a lot of other venues, and you might see some stuff changing in the future.
You could end up with like venues where there's a specific segregated pit or area where people have to sign waivers before they go in to say, listen, whatever happens to me in there is the fault of my own. I can't then sue or claim liability against the venue.
But on the other hand, this has happened many times before and nothing's happened. So I really don't know, man.
He's got a valid point. There's been much more tragic events in the past at much bigger venues and festivals and stuff like that. And we're still doing the same shit, the audience and the band members.
Let's just say hypothetically, a lot of venues do take to a moshing, stage diving, crowd surfing, hardcore dancing ban. That, I feel like, is going to affect the metal and hardcore scene big time, because a lot of people go to those shows because they want to partake in those things. And if they go to those shows and they're not allowed to move around or do anything like that, like, are people going to still go to those shows? Now that we've sat here and thought about it and talked about it, I would fully support new rules for moshing and hardcore dancing that require everybody in the crowd to wear helmets, because it would be hilarious.
People would just go even crazier knowing that you could avoid the majority of head injuries. Can you imagine a wall of death of people wearing crash helmets? It would be epic.
I think the only way that you see any change at venues at this point, in my opinion, is if this concert goer bird wins this lawsuit and the venue and the promoter are affected big time. If that happens, then you'll probably start to see some changes in some other venues. But as a whole, I really don't think anything will happen.
I like Tank. He's a top dude, and I don't think I can summarise this debacle any better than what he just did in that last statement. But by all means, let me know what you think in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see some more. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye for now, people. Just hit the mic. What a twat.